All right, do you need to eat protein, drink protein right after your workout? God, I'm so pale right here. All right, and if you're interested in learning, it totally depends. And if you're interested in learning how it applies to you specifically as an individual, go to gritgym.com/SS and I can be a better service to you there. Okay, it's a free one-on-one 30-minute strategy session where we sit down and figure out what's gonna work best for you. Hey, Bo, thanks for popping on, man. But do you need to drink protein right after your workout? It completely depends on the person, okay? It depends on the circumstance, it depends on the goal. There's a few things that we can't iron out here, okay? So logically, let's stay away from logic for a second. We'll come back to it. The reason for this video is that a lot of fitness experts on the internet are trying to sell their protein supplementation. And so they say this silly thing that after every single one of your workouts, you have to have a protein shake or you're doing a disservice to your muscle. That is not totally accurate. In fact, if you are trying to lose fat, why would it make sense, now we're getting to logic, why would it make sense to add more calories that you do not necessarily enjoy right after your workout, okay? It is true that you get, the protein synthesis is higher for 1 hour after your workout, no doubt about that. It's definitely something that if you're trying to gain muscle mass, that you want protein going into your body right after a workout. You know, you want somewhere in that 1 hour window, we want to put some carbs and some protein back into our body so that we can deliver that to the muscle. But think about this a little bit. I mean, it's going to take some time to go from your mouth to your stomach, from your stomach to through the digestive system, out, disseminated out through all of the other processes to the blood to get into the muscle, to absorb, and then to be used for muscle tissue gain in that time. So the majority of your muscle tissue is not going to be built from the protein that you ingest right after your workout. I'm not gonna say that it's not gonna help you gain a little bit of extra muscle tissue. That's not the case. But this idea that you have to have protein right after your workout is not accurate. It's not accurate at all. In fact, there's other things that you could do that would be better for you right after your workout, you know? Taking some time to just relax and to just soothe out and to foam roll, maybe do a little stretching if you're more on the stiff side, and get some recovery benefit there, to do some meditation, to do some other things besides just cramming protein. You know, like this idea that you just need to slam protein is silly. It's only perpetuated by the people that are trying to throw out there, sell their supplements everywhere. And nothing wrong with trying to sell their supplements. If it does the body a service, then you should try to sell that thing just like we're trying to do. I'm trying to sell you on believing in you enough to come into Grit Gym and sign up so that you can get the benefit of all the stuff that we're teaching out here. I want to sell you on that. Please come into Grit Gym. And the way to do that is to get signed up for a strategy session at gritgym.com/SS. And then we can sit down and we can figure out what's going to work best for you. And we might not be the best fit. You know, like some people come in here and we immediately refer them out to a physical therapist because that's the best thing that you can do. What about BCAA or low-calorie recovery? Yeah, the BCAA or low-calorie recovery is a fantastic way to go. BCAAs have not been proven to add additional muscle tissue on after your workout. That doesn't mean that they don't mitigate stress. And stress is not dependent on, doesn't mean you had a hard day at work or a fight with your significant other, or it doesn't differentiate between a really hard workout and a fight with your significant other. Stress is stress. We have there's design stress that you want, like a workout, and then there's other stress that you'd rather not have, like a fight with your significant other, but they're bound to happen. So BCAAs are a really nice way to not involve a bunch of calories going into your body right after your workout. So if you're going for fat loss and you want to have something right after your workout, it'd be a really good idea to do BCAAs, branched chain amino acids, which are they're isoleucine, leucine, and valine. And they're just 3 amino acids that it's a good idea to put them in your body right after a workout. And there's no calories involved. Okay, so if you're trying to lose fat, BCAAs can be a very, very, very good thing right after your workout. But if you're trying to gain muscle tissue, you probably do want to slam the protein shake. And and you still have to be careful there because maybe a lot of people have trouble with casein, a lot of people have trouble with whey. What kind of protein we're actually ingesting at that time does make a difference. For instance, whey protein is the fastest absorption of any of the proteins. Egg white is the slowest. It's going to go the slowest. So we want to be thinking about how we're going to use that. But for the majority of people, like 98% of people, do not need to concern themselves at all with this. They need to concern themselves with what they're eating the other 98% of the day, not what they're eating right after a workout. Right after a workout is not necessarily a time where it's like, oh my gosh, if I don't take advantage of this 1 hour window, I completely screwed up my entire day. That is not what happens at all. Okay, so you don't have to think that, man, I have to have my protein shake right after a workout. It depends on the person. It also depends, are you endomorph, are you ectomorph, are you a mesomorph? Okay, what kind of workout did you do? Did you do a strength training? Did you do a more metabolic type HIIT workout where you really got your heart rate to come up and then you really tried to bring it down, and then up and then down and then up and then down? Or did you do a long steady state, did you go for a 5-minute jog? Those are all 3 different types of workouts that we would want different types of post-recovery type strategies going into, and that's not even talking about the goal that we're trying to do. If you're going for a marathon, it's going to be completely different than if you are just trying to lose 40 pounds. It's going to be completely different than if you just want your biceps to fill up your t-shirts. It's going to be, there are so many factors along here, and the best way to figure out what's going to work best for you is if you go to gritgym.com/SS and get signed up for a strategy session there, because then we can actually figure out what, we can actually ask you the questions. You know, the great thing about the internet is that it's full of answers. You know, it's a ton of information. We all get to share. We all get to connect. We all get to do these amazing things. You know, it makes you extremely powerful. The internet does, as long as you're not letting it use you. So social media, all this stuff. You have 99.99% of all known knowledge at your fingertips that makes you a very, very powerful person. But the thing is, the internet doesn't ask you questions. And I need to ask you a bunch of questions before we figure out what is going to be the best process, the best strategy, the best workout, the best exercises that you're going to use. And the way to figure out what are the best is to go to gritgym.com/SS and get figured out there. But no, you do not need to slam a protein shake right after your workout. There's nothing wrong with it. You're definitely not going to hurt yourself doing it unless you kind of have some kind of food allergy or something like that. But is it absolute? Are you doing your muscles a disservice by not slamming a protein shake right after your workout? Probably not. Are you doing yourself a favor if you want to put on some muscle? Yeah, you are. Is BCAAs, branched chain amino acids, a better thing to consume right after a workout for certain people? Absolutely, and not for others, okay? You wouldn't want to do BCAAs if you're trying to put on a lot of muscle mass. If you want to put on a lot of muscle mass, we want to move more towards protein where it's got a lot of calories in it. If we're going for fat loss, we're trying to eat less. So if you're going for fat loss, you want to take advantage of every single calorie that you possibly have, okay? Because that food is now sacred. You want to enjoy it as much as you possibly can because you're trying to live on less. So you want to take advantage of every bite. So you don't want to consume anything with calories in it that isn't absolutely what you want to be putting in your mouth, because you want about the pleasure. But anyway, I'll hop off of here. It all depends. It seriously depends. There's so much to this. The great thing about the internet is that there's tons of answers, but the bad thing about the internet, no questions. So I need to ask you some questions before we move further, but I hope this gave you at least a little bit of guidance in that. Anyway, thanks for being here, guys. We'll see you soon. Go to gritgym.com/SS to sign up for your strategy session, and then we can get more clear for you on what you need to do to get to where you want to go.